Digs Flicks. I am your resident fat dude, Andy, coming to you here, recorded from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And what better way to celebrate the birthday of our nation than talking shit about an American tragedy movie and eating tacos? To hear that? Air conditioner, fan, it's hot as balls. Today's movie is the 2017 film from Peter Berg, Patriots Day, starring Mark Wahlberg, J.K. Simmons, John Goodman, and probably other people. I'm going to be wiping so much sweat off over the course, and I have a sock. Probably pretty gross to use a sock to wipe sweat off. It's clean. It's a clean sock. Don't worry about it. Our tacos of the day are homemade because I'm tired and I don't want to go out and buy some tacos. I want to just make a video. So I made some tacos. But I'm using Mission Tortillas street tacos. So if you like tacos but you want an amuse-bouche instead of an actual full-on taco, Mission street taco tortillas. In my hands, they look really tiny. And I make really good tacos myself. So, whatever. So, Patriots Day is the story of the Boston Marathon bombing. The investigation, the events leading up to it, the actual bombing, the manhunt, all of that stuff thrown in this movie called Patriots Day, starring Mark Wahlberg. I think I should start out with my criticism of Patriots Day. I feel like the movie works on many levels. However, there is this feeling that I think a lot of people probably experience with movies like United 93 and World Trade Center. They came out so soon after a tragic event that it just doesn't feel appropriate. And I'm not the kind of person that feels that way. That's like, it's a little too soon. But here, maybe it is just a little too soon. They're little tacos, so it's not going to take very long. So I mean, I got to speed this shit up. So I'm going to try and get on it. So Patriots Day takes real live footage and mixes it with the actor's recreation of the scenes. This can be really interesting. However, it has some drawbacks. There are characters and events that are shown that might just feel a little too fresh for those that actually survived it, and to see them recreated and to see these characters brought to life, some people might think it's honoring those people, but there's something that just feels a bit off about it. It feels like maybe it's capitalizing on this tragedy rather than trying to tell the story. One of the other problems I have with this movie is that it's trying to also be a thriller. I get it. They're trying to sell tickets. They want their movie to be exciting. But at the same time, this is a national tragedy. People's lives were lost. That shouldn't really be played for excitement. If a lot of these things actually happen and they're trying to maintain accuracy, that's one thing. But it just feels like it is trying really hard to be a thriller instead of being a document of what happened. And it gets you to feel a little uncomfortable. And I don't think that was the filmmaker's intent. My third problem with this movie, and I am no prude, man, it sure seems like fuck is part of the everyday vernacular of all of these characters. I doubt it is on Quentin Tarantino level, but I think because of the subject matter and what the general mood of the film was, they all stood out a little bit more to me. I'm not going to complain about language, but there are moments where if you have another word choice that you can use other than fuck this, fuck that, fuck this, fuck that, it kind of speaks to a part of who I am as a person that I kind of judge people if they can't think of a better adverb or adjective than fuck. Again, I say it, fuck, but it doesn't really fit. This is a movie that's trying to celebrate the heroes of this tragedy, and it makes it a little more difficult when you're kind of taken out of the scene because of the words that they use. God, I feel like such a prude. I got my air conditioning on. It's loud as hell. I almost said it's loud. Okay. Third taco. Now, what I will say about it is this. It definitely is a nail biter. It keeps you on the edge of your seat, and it's really well made. That's why it's hard for me to dislike it, because it is a well put together movie. I like Mark Wahlberg. I really do. Even in the Transformers movies, which were absolute shit, I thought he was okay. The movie sucked, but he was okay. I liked all of the performers in this movie. It's just, there is a turnaround in Hollywood where things happen and then it feels like the wheels are instantly turning that they want to make a movie about it. I get it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I feel like with Patriots Day, it got close, but it was just teetering too much on that line of trying to capitalize on a tragedy. And I think it has a lot to do with the action sequences. The intensity of the action sequences were just a little, they felt too much like they were trying to make a buck instead of trying to tell a story. I don't know what actually happened. I wasn't there, but it felt like these scenes were movie making. I get that. You're trying to make money, but this just didn't feel right. Patriots Day gets 3 tacos. Decent movie. This is where we get to the odd situation of a 5 taco sliding scale. 3, which is kind of average, can both be the first side of a bad movie, but also the last step of a good movie. Talking about movies like Patriots Day and The Beguiled, which I gave 3 tacos to, I didn't love them, but there were things about them that I respected, so I want to give it 3 tacos. It's kind of like, I don't like you, but I see where you're coming from. And then movies like Krzysztof Kieślowski's White from the Three Colors trilogy also gets 3 tacos. It's not a bad movie at all by any means, but compared to Blue and Red, it's the least exciting of the trilogy, and so I give it 3 tacos. I could go on a 10 taco scale, but I don't. If I see something really good, I don't want to sit and eat 10 tacos on video. You don't want to see me eat 10 tacos on video. It's gonna be gross. So, that does it for another episode of Fat Dude Digs Flicks Taco Tuesday movie reviews. Please like me on Facebook at Fat Dude Digs Flicks. If you have Tumblr, follow me at fatdudedigsflicks.tumblr.com. If you have Twitter, there's Fat Dude Flicks. There's Fat Dude Digs Flicks on Instagram. You're watching me right now on YouTube, so you know this exists. So subscribe, comment, start a conversation. Let's talk about movies. Give me a recommendation. Help me help you. Or help me help me. Just help me. Or you can listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher Radio. It is, of course, Fat Dude Digs Flicks. Duh. If you want to email me a movie recommendation, you can do so at fatdudedigsflicks@gmail.com. If you're feeling kind and want to donate a Cinemark or Fandango gift card, that's the place to do it. And when you do that, if you do decide to throw a gift card my way, you pick out what movie you want me to see. I will see anything, I promise. And if you refer the video or refer the podcast, I'll definitely do a podcast about it. But if you refer the video, if you refer YouTube, I'll make a video for it so you can see how genuinely disturbed whatever shit movie, however that made me feel. Happy 4th of July. If you get a chance to go see a movie in theater, go see Baby Driver. It exceeded expectations at the box office, but man, it is an awesome piece of work and it can definitely stand to make some more money. So go see Baby Driver. You can rent Patriots Day. It's available on home video and streaming. It's average. It's decent. If you've got nothing better to watch, it's not a bad choice. So thank you again. Have a wonderful rest of your week.